Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Genius Minds. In today's video, we are going to discuss about a new topic which is trihybrid cross. It is defined as an inheritance pattern where we are going to discuss about three different characters of a pea plant together. So in a similar way how we have found out the ratios for your monohybrid and dihybrid cross, we are going to work out with a trihybrid cross. So tri means 3. So we are going to take 3 different characters what Mendel has taken for the pea plant, and we are going to see what happens to the genotypic and phenotypic ratios. In this video we are going to talk about the phenotypic ratios only. So for this cross, we are going to use a new approach or a new method which is known as fork line method. So just in order to reduce the complexity, we are not going to make use of Punnett square. We are going to make use of fork line method, and it helps you to get answers very quickly. So let's get started. So for today's lecture, the 3 different characters what we are going to select are your height of the plant. So as you all know, when we talk about the height of the plant, we are discussing about the tall character which is the dominant one and the dwarf one which is the recessive one, right? And the next one is height of the plant, the pod color. So when we talk about the pod color, there are 2 colors, that is your green and yellow. So here the green one is dominant and yellow one is recessive. The third character what we are going to take in this video for the trihybrid ratio is seed shape, the shape of the seed. Okay, so when we talk about the seed shape, so it is round and wrinkled. So the genotype are capital R and small r for the wrinkled one. So with these genotype and the phenotypes, we can easily find out the genotypic ratio and phenotypic ratio for the trihybrid cross. So let's get started with the phenotypic ratio. So now, as you all know, when we talk about the monohybrid cross, what was the phenotypic ratio over there? So if you all remember, the phenotypic ratio was 3:1. Okay, so if you are taking the plant height, so it was tall is to dwarf. So with the help of this ratio as a base over here, we are going to work out for this cross. Okay, so how are you going to do it? So the very first step is, so 3 and 1, right? So the first character what we have taken for this cross is the height of the plant. So 3 will be tall and 1 will be dwarf. Okay, now you are going to extend this cross. You are going to make a shape of a fork. That's why this method is known as fork line method. So just extend in a fork shape. Okay, so the next character what we have taken is pod color. Okay, so the pod color is, then again you need to write 3, 1 because the ratio is 3:1, right? So 3, 1. 3 are your green, 1 is yellow, that is the recessive one. 3 are green, 1 is yellow. Now the next step is again to extend this fork. Okay, now what do we have? 3, 1. 3, 1. In a similar manner, you can fill the remaining forks also. The third character what we have taken is the seed shape. So it can be round for the dominant one, wrinkled for the recessive one. Round for the dominant one, wrinkled for the recessive one. Same applies here also. So with this you have made an outline. Now you just know, you should know how to calculate the numbers. Okay, so kindly look here carefully. What you have to do, you just have to multiply the numbers. Okay, so 3, 3, 3. Okay, all the threes will come together, right? So it will be 3, 3, 3. So it will be 9. Then again, now you have to move in the direction of the fork. Okay, so now this fork will move like this: 3, 3, 1. So it will be 9. Sorry, here it will be 27. I'm sorry. Here it will be 27. Okay, and here you will get 9. Now the same thing applies for here. You are going to follow the fork direction over here. So this is your fork direction, right? This is your fork direction over here, if you will see. So you are going to get 3, 1, 3, right? So 3 3s are 9, and here you are going to get 3. So like in the same manner, we are going to fill the fork line blanks for the dwarf one also. 1, 3, 3. So 3 3s are 9. Here 3. Then again dwarf, 1 yellow, 3 round. So it will be 3. 1 dwarf, 1 yellow, 1 wrinkled. So it will be 1. Okay. So this is how you are going to fill the fork blanks. These are known as fork blanks. Okay, so now if you want to write the phenotype of it, so how are you going to write? Now the 27 here are what? The 27 here are your, let us start with from the extreme left hand. They are the tall, green, round. So they are the tall, green, round. Okay, and now the next one, they are the tall, green, wrinkled. Tall, green, wrinkled. Next one, tall, yellow, round. Tall, yellow, round. Then tall, yellow, wrinkled. Tall, yellow, wrinkled. Okay. Now let's move on to this. It is dwarf, green, round. Dwarf, green, round. Now this one, it is dwarf, green, wrinkled. What about this one? It will be dwarf, yellow, round, and the final one is your dwarf, yellow, wrinkled. So this is an easy way to get the ratios without like making Punnett square and all consumes lot of time over there. So it is just an easy way, the fork line method, to get the numbers over there. Now if anybody is asking you to write down the phenotypic ratio over here for the tri-hybrid cross, what will be the ratio? It is going to be 27 is to 9 is to 9 is to 3 is to 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. Okay. So this is the phenotypic ratio and the fork line approach to get a ratio for the tri-hybrid cross, where we have taken 3 different characters, and this is all about the cross. So that's all for today's video. Thank you so much.